This is the final part of the test. You may be wondering why the bench is clear and everyone's packed away. I feel that it doesn't suit my setup. It's too slow and not very good. This particular brass fitting was all brown, all totally dark brown. So I put it in the pyramid grit for an hour. I put it in the balls for an hour. Then I put it in the cut wire for three and a half hours, I suppose. So probably 5 to 6 hours, and this is the finish it come up with. When it was in the pyramid, it only took off the highlights, not very much around the other areas, so only where it hit it like that. Then when I got the balls, they went a bit further in, but not much. Then when I got the pins, and I tried different speeds, slow to very fast, it got to that finish. Now, you won't be able to see it in the light, but you get the odd pin prick. In the dark areas here, you can see pins. But as you can see, inside, not much at all. Thread not touched, base not really touched because that was underneath the washer. In between the ribs, not really touched. There's other flat face, not touched. The O-ring groove, not really touched. The bore, nothing. So imagine you have a customer and he comes and he says, "Oh, how's that job going? Oh, it's almost finished. We just have to polish it up. Oh, how long is that going to take? I'll come back tomorrow." You could put it in the sandblaster and it would have cleaned it in 30 seconds. You can let it soak in the vinegar and it would have cleaned it up in 10-15 minutes. You could have buffed it, you could have wire brushed it. So, as you can see, not polished, not matte, not cleaned up. So, I don't recommend it unless you've got days to waste, items to be damaged. The pins, they do clean, but I don't think they're that successful. I think the ones that have the more impact are the larger ones, but they do more damage. The smaller, balls and all that sort of stuff, clean in a bit better, but they take forever. So if you're going to live to 100, it might get done. But for the average guy, don't waste your time. Put this one first. Okay. You can see the milling marks. They're still there. A couple of the grooves to there. There's a bit that was the roughest. That's probably just bits of steel spore from this come from the scrap bin, so yeah, I would say it's improved. You can see the micro dents in it. So no, that was something of, say, aluminium. I don't know. 80, 100 grams, I suppose. So that's got the weight to push into it. Now let's have a look at these other smaller ones. There's not a mirror finish. You can still see the scratch marks from the emery when I just deburred the hole. And if you look there, you can see if we can get it to focus a bit better. Still got the original sort of aluminium skin on it. So the lighter ones really haven't cleaned up that well. I wouldn't say that was a good job. I think you can use them for is deburring, so I'll put a sharp one in next time. So that's that finish. Come on, camera. Come on, saying something. There's the other finish. Doesn't seem. Now these could have got stuck in the side of the edge here, I don't know, but so it's not an even finish. I'll try the pins next. So there's the pins, the whole 3 packs. I'll try it without the liner because the pins are a lot smaller and I'll work their way in between till I seal it all up. Now that's how high it is in the whole container, so not great. So I'll put some water in and I'll put it on reverse and then give it half an hour and then pull it out. Now you can see the wave of the needles, and at the back you can see the job. That rolls forward because it's heavier. Rolls forward, it gets covered by the needles and dragged up and then dropped down as it flicks around. And you can hear it hitting the side. You couldn't hear the job hitting the edge before, but here you can. There's not a great deal of foam, so they've probably got oil on those pins. So that's the setting for reverse. Turn it on 1, 30 minutes. See how it goes. Look any better? So we'll come back in half an hour. But it is noisier with the part pumping around. And they seem to be down this end. Now if the drum's tilted, it would tend to work its way down one edge due to gravity. So that might be something to consider. That one seems to be stuck on that side. Now that's a half an hour with the pins done. As you can see, the water is fairly dirty, and also a problem was happening was they were getting stuck on the side face and riding around there. So the way I fixed that, just got a magnet and just pull them all towards that edge. So we'll take it out and we'll see how we go. This time it's really a tale of two cities. You see all the pinpricks in it? Looks like someone has got a pin and just stabbed it and stabbed it. Stabbed it. Yet not a great deal on that face. It's made the surface finish worse. You can actually feel all the dents. And yet, and there's nothing. Remember the machine face? No, nothing, not even touched. That edge has got some, not a great deal. Looks the same. Looks the same. So, let's wreck that. Yet, with the thinner lighter ones, it's actually perhaps cleaned it up a bit better than the balls. You still can see the skin. I think it's mainly floating on the top. So it was floating with the wave, so like a surfboard. And the other one is more like a body surfer. The waves are pounding into it. So yeah. And here's the other one. So maybe, like I said, jewellery, maybe a little casting of a ring or something, it might clean it up a little bit, but I think the bigger the object is, there's not a great deal there. You can't feel it with your fingers, so that's that medium. Let's see if we can put all the finishes together. There they are. There they are. There they are. So I still have to try to get all the pins in. So obviously they were shipped with oil. I've got to try to get all those pins out and strain them and dry them. That'll be fun and games. So if you subscribe and you got any questions, they'll be answered. And as always, thanks for watching.